Hello, and welcome. And in this video, I am going through all of the books that I want to read for the rest of the summer. And there's a lot. So yeah, let's get to work. My name is Nana. I like to talk about books, so hopefully you can find some inspiration from all of these books that I am about to present to you. But yes, let's get into it. I have read a whole lot of romantasy lately, or more that I have listened to a lot of romantasy audiobooks. I don't get to read a ton of physical books, but I made a promise to myself that for the rest of the summer, I won't be listening to any more romantasy audiobooks. And then in the fall, I can pick it up again. But I do want to read some of the physical books that I own, and some of them are romantasy. So, yes. And let's just start with the physical books that I own, and then we can move over to all of the audiobooks that I want to listen to. And I have divided the audiobooks into genre, so I hope it won't be too confusing. But let's just start with the physical books that I do own. And I do have to finish Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. It's the second book in the Shepherd King series, and it is a romantasy series, so I can't help myself. They are good, I love them. I think overall this series is going to be like a 4-star combined with the two books. It is a duology. I am at page 144. The magic system in this is pretty unique. The book is very lyrical, if you're into that. If you really love a beautiful fairy tale writing style, this series could definitely be for you. I don't know if I care so much about it, but it is nice. The romance in here is just pretty fast. I think I would have preferred it to be a bit more of a slow burn, but it is good. So like I said, I think it's going to be a 4-star. Then I have never tried a Schwab book, and it's about time. And I own The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and this is also the book that I have heard the most positive things about from Schwab. And I know it's about this, what's her name? Addie LaRue. Okay, sorry. It's about Addie LaRue. And she cannot be remembered by anyone until someday somebody can. And I guess they have a little love story. I don't know much else, but I have just heard many, many positive things about it. So yeah, I cannot wait to try it. It's a standalone, by the way. Okay, and then I have another romantasy series, and it's called the Playton Prisoner series by Ravn Kennedy. And I think Guilt is the first one. And I know it is a King Midas retelling, and it's about this woman who is married to this, I think it's like the Golden King or something like that. And then his palace is taken over by another guy. I don't know if he's a king too. And now this woman has to reevaluate her marriage to the Golden King, because was he even a good guy? Did she even like him? Or is this new guy the new guy? I don't know. There is 6 books in this series, and I own the first 5. We do have Guild and a lot of other books. This is not in order, I think. So yeah, there is a lot of reading to do with this series. There is many pages. I have heard that this is more dark romantasy, and the first book is not the best, but then the second book is like, yes. I think it has Akata vibes, not vibes, but a lot of people did not like the first book, and then almost everybody loved the second book. I will say I did like the first book in Akata, so maybe I will like the first one in this one too. Then I do have 2 romance books that I want to get to. I have 7 Days in June and The Love Hypothesis, and both of these books have been very, very popular on BookTube. And yeah, I really do have to read them very soon. I don't know what this is about. I think two professors at a university. And I know this one is about two writers that had a little love affair when they were teenagers, I think, and then they meet up again, like in their 30s, at this writing event thing. And I think this is also a little bit dark and tragic. And I think this is very cheesy, peasy, rom-com style. But yeah, I cannot wait to try them. Okay, and let's move on to my audiobooks. I definitely do want to read more translated books. I am a little bit behind with my goal. I do want to read 12 translated books this year, and I have not read that many so far. So I am a little bit in a hurry. I tried The Employees by Olga Ravn a few days ago as an audiobook, and she is a Danish author, and I am a Dane myself, and this work was translated, so I was like, okay, I have to give this a try. It was so weird. I didn't get very far, like 10 or 20 minutes into the audiobook, and I just had to give up. That was very, very, very confusing. I don't know if I will give it a try later on. I just definitely have to be able to really focus. Or maybe I should get it as a physical copy, because as an audiobook, that was too confusing. Yes. So I moved on to my favorite author, Fredrik Backman. And right now I am listening to My Friends. That is what it is called, right? Yes, My Friends. At first I was like, I don't know if this is for me. But the more I'm getting into it, the better and better it is. Fredrik Backman is a Swedish author, and he has the best quotes ever. So my favorite from this one is, when you are starting to not having to use shampoo on your head, but in your ass, you know you're getting old. His quotes, they're just perfect. Anyways, it's about this young girl. She has been raised in foster homes or orphanages. That is a difficult word to say. She just lost her friend, who also grew up together with her. And then she meets this famous artist, and he's actually one of her favorite artists as well. He's sick, but she gets to meet him. Then you follow this different timeline where you hear about him and his childhood and his friends. And they all live pretty tough lives. It is a heavy book again, with many funny quotes to it. So it's not that heavy. You can read it because the mood is pretty bright as well. But that is very typical of Fredrik Backman, and that is why I like him. So yeah, I am enjoying it, and I think I'm like halfway through. Yeah, and I think it's getting better and better. So then I found a French book, The Years by Annie Lennox. Annie Lennox. Okay. Annie Ernaux. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I do know you follow this woman and all of the cultural changes that happened in France after the Second World War up until today-ish. I think it's something like that. And I think she is married, and her marriage is maybe not the best. I think this book could be pretty cultural. And I have this Polish book that I really want to read, and it has been on my TBR for some years now, and it's called Drive Your Plow Over the Bones of the Dead by Olga Tokarczuk. I probably did not pronounce that correctly, but I'm sorry. I know it's about this older woman, and she is investigating some murders in this rural village. That's all I know, but I think it has some female rage to it, perhaps. Or maybe it's just the title that gives that. I don't know. And then I have 100 Years in Solitude by Gabriel García Márquez, and he is from Colombia, right? And I know this is a family saga, and I have wanted to read this for a very long time because a lot of people are saying that this is really good. But I have heard that there's a lot of names in this, and to listen to it as an audiobook could be difficult, but I want to give it a try, and I think it's going to be great. I do like family sagas as well. And then I have Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. I don't know where the author is from right now. I forgot. Anyways, I did see the movie many years ago with Keira Knightley and I really liked it. The ending was okay. This is going to be a sad book. I don't really want to spoil much if you haven't seen the movie or read it, but it is definitely an experience for sure. So yeah, I cannot wait to try the book as well, and I have been wanting to do that for a very long time. So I think it is about time. Since Summerween is now, I guess, I have added some mystery, thriller, horror books to the list, of course. I have Such a Quiet Place by Megan Miranda. I know it's about this woman coming back to her old neighborhood after being accused of committing a murder, and everyone is a bit on edge when she returns. And then I have Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney, and it is about this couple that takes a getaway, a vacation together to another country, and they have this very remote cabin, and I think they have some intruders or something like that. Last year I read We Used to Live Here by Márquez Kliewer, and that was such a good horror book. I really, really loved it. And I have The Caretaker on audiobook, and I really want to try that one because I have to check out more of his works. I think it's going to be amazing. So if you're looking for a very good spooky book for Summerween, We Used to Live Here is really, really good for that, and maybe The Caretaker as well. I also read a thriller from Gillian McAllister 2 years ago, I think. It was really good. I really liked it. There were time traveling there, and I just want to try another thriller from her. And I have Famous Last Words and Just Another Missing Person. And hopefully I will get to them and they will be just as good. Then I have Night Film by Marisha Pessl, and this is a horror book. I have read, I cannot remember what it is called right now, but that was a YA thriller mystery book from Marisha Pessl, and I really enjoyed it. The atmospheric vibe to that one was pretty good. So I'm hoping to get something similar from this, even though this is a horror, adult horror, I think. And the other one was a YA mystery. But yeah, I definitely want to read more from Marisha Pessl as well. And then I have Penance by Eliza Clark. I have not tried Eliza Clark yet, but this is a true crime book. I think it's about this podcaster that has this true crime podcast. And she starts to investigate this murder that happened to this teenage girl, and she is interviewing her friends, and they are all a little bit sus, I guess. And then I have this horror book that I have seen going around a lot, The Fisherman by John Langan. So it says 2 widowers go fishing and encounter something that is very terrifying. Yeah, I don't know, the cover doesn't speak to me at all, but hopefully it will be great. I have just heard many people say good things about this one, so maybe I should give it a go. We cannot have summer without romance books. And I have a lot of authors that I do want to try that I haven't gotten to yet. And the first one is Carley Fortune, and she has this I wrote one down. This summer will be different, but is that the first one in the series? I'm actually not sure, but I think there's 3 books in the series. Maybe I'm wrong. Then I also have, and I think I get these books mixed up, but It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. And Tessa Bailey is also a author that I really want to try. And then I have Sarah Adams, the author. I haven't read any of her books yet, but I have a lot of them available as audiobooks. I think I'm gonna try The Enemy. And then I really want to try the Flawless series by Elsie Silver. Again, I haven't tried a book from Elsie Silver yet. I think there's 5 books in this series, and it is about cowboys, and it sounds weird. Okay, no, it doesn't, but I have just not read about cowboys before. They scare me a little bit. Anyways, I have heard great things about this series, so yeah. Then I have Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I have read the other 3 books in this universe. They are not really that much connected, but there's just a little crossover with the characters. The other romance books in this series has been so great. I really love them. And this is the last one, so hopefully this will be great as well. I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. She is such an amazing author. And then I want to try Autobiography by Christina Lauren. I have tried a couple of books from Christina Lauren, and they were usually okay. I have heard many things about this one. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. This has been so popular as well, so yeah, I need to read it. Then we have some contemporary literary fiction, and the first one is Penance by Susanne Clarke, and I have wanted to read this book for so long, and it is finally available as an audiobook on my audiobook app, so I have to read it. All I know is nobody knows what is going on. But when you figure it out, it's just going to be amazing. That's what I heard. Then I have The Wedding People by Alison Isbach. I have wanted to read this for so long, and it is finally available. And I know it's about this wedding that's been held at this luxury resort or hotel, and then this woman also got a room, and that was a mistake because she's not part of this wedding. She is not aware that there is a wedding at this resort. She's going there too. I think the bride gets to know her because she is getting aware that there is somebody living at the resort that originally weren't supposed to be there, and maybe she talks her out from Then I think this is a newer book, The Names by Florence. Do you say Knab or Nab? I don't know. Do you pronounce the K? It's something about names and generations. That's all I know, but it should be good and new. Then I have The Bright Years by Sarah Damoff, and I have heard many people say that this is so good. It's also about several generations. It's a little bit tragic, and I think some of them experience trauma, something like that. Or maybe one of them is an alcoholic. I'm not exactly sure what I heard. It should be really good. Then we have Sunburn by Chloe Michelle Howarth. And this is about a young woman, and she is struggling a little bit with her identity. And it is about becoming of age. I don't know much more. I wanted to read it last year. I didn't get to it. Hopefully it will be great. And then we have The Rachel Incident. I have seen this going around for some years now. I have just never gotten around to it. I'm not sure if this is more thriller vibes or literary fiction, but I think it's about messy friendships. And I usually do like that, so yeah. And then I have some books by Sally Rooney, and I don't know if they are more romance or literary fiction, but I have Intermezzo and Beautiful World, Where Are You? I have only read Normal People from Sally Rooney, and I really love that one, so I do want to try more from her. And I have these two available as audiobooks. And then I have Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors, and this one has been on a lot of my TBRs, and I never get around to it, so I really hope that I can. I know it's about 4 sisters, and then one of them dies, and then it's about the other ones coming together and dealing with their grief. I think it's something like that. Then we have this book, and I don't know if I am pronouncing it right, but Me La Leuga by Angie Faye Martin. It is an Australian book, and it is about this woman who is isolating herself in Australia, in the middle of nowhere. It sounds pretty interesting. I haven't seen this going around that much, but I saw someone last year, and she said that this was one of her favorite books in 2025, and I got really interested. And then we have Broken Country by Claire Leslie Hall, and I have just heard many great things about this one again. I don't know much what it is about, though. But yeah, I will figure it out. So I think that was all of the books. Obviously, I'm not going to get to all of them, but hopefully a lot of them. And then I have some inspiration for fall or next summer. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and yeah, take good care. And I hope that you have an amazing summer. And I will see you.